Welcome to Demolition Worker today, as we tackle the legendary Arvia ship in an epic battle between sun and steel. The magnificent Arvia is incredibly famous for its massive open spaces and beautiful extensive glass structures covering the entire exterior. Today, our complex process involves carefully recovering all the high-end glass and premium plastic materials from this giant vessel. We do not simply rely on brute power here, because this specific task requires extreme ingenuity and very careful planning. Massive excavators equipped with specialized grapple attachments gently lift the heavy solar panels completely out of their sturdy original frames. Next, we focus on removing the giant glass doors without shattering them into a million dangerous pieces on the deck. This delicate operation requires immense precision to ensure that none of the valuable solar equipment gets damaged during the removal. Audiences across the United States absolutely love watching this specific part because it clearly demonstrates our extreme professionalism in sorting. Every single piece of scrap is meticulously categorized and safely stored away to maximize recycling efficiency for the entire project. Only after the fragile glass is fully cleared do we finally bring in the ultimate hydraulic monster to crush everything. These terrifying hydraulic shears easily rip through the remaining fixed steel frames as if they were made of thin paper. The perfect combination of manual labor and advanced mechanization helps this giant ship disappear faster than any previous vessel ever. Watching the bright sun reflect off the remaining glass panels creates a truly cinematic experience amidst heavy industrial demolition destruction. Our highly trained crew members always wear full protective gear while carefully navigating through the dangerous debris of the ship. The sheer scale of this demolition project is genuinely mind-blowing when you stand right next to these massive machines. We carefully separate the recyclable plastics from the heavy metals to ensure absolute environmental compliance throughout the whole dismantling process. Heavy-duty cranes slowly rotate their massive arms to transport the freshly extracted solar panels into designated safe storage zones. The loud sound of crunching metal echoes loudly across the entire shipyard as powerful machines continue their relentless daily work. Every single worker on this site knows exactly what they must do to keep this complex operation running smoothly today. Extracting those large panoramic windows requires a very gentle touch from our most experienced machine operators working on the site. It is truly fascinating to watch a massive luxury cruise ship slowly get reduced to basic raw materials right here. The thick steel beams groan under the immense pressure of the hydraulic shears as they are effortlessly snapped in half. We constantly monitor the weather conditions because strong winds can make lifting these giant glass panels extremely dangerous for everyone. Our primary goal is always to maximize the amount of material we can successfully recycle from this enormous floating city. The beautiful ocean breeze provides a little bit of relief for our hard-working crew under the blazing hot afternoon sun. Bright sparks fly into the air as cutting torches slice through the thick steel plating of the lower ship deck. Carefully organizing the sorted scrap metal into neat piles makes the final transportation process much faster and significantly more efficient. You can clearly see the incredible power of modern engineering as these machines tear apart the reinforced steel hull today. Removing the interior fixtures is a very tedious process, but it is absolutely crucial for our comprehensive material recovery strategy. The bright yellow excavators stand out perfectly against the dark gray steel background of the partially demolished Arvia cruise ship. We always make sure to safely drain any remaining hazardous fluids before we begin cutting into the main engine compartments. The sheer volume of high-quality glass recovered from this specific vessel is truly unprecedented in our long company history. Watching the giant mechanical grapple effortlessly pinch and lift a heavy steel beam is always a deeply satisfying visual experience. Safety protocols are strictly enforced at all times because one small mistake in this environment could be absolutely catastrophic here. The intricate network of pipes and wires hidden behind the walls is systematically stripped away by our dedicated manual crew. Even the smallest pieces of valuable copper wiring are carefully collected and placed into special bins for future recycling purposes. The massive hydraulic shear attachment weighs several tons, but our skilled operators handle it with the precision of a surgeon. Dust suppression systems are constantly spraying water over the active demolition zones to keep the air clean for our workers. It takes a highly coordinated team effort to safely dismantle a structure of this incredible magnitude within our strict time frame. The sharp teeth of the hydraulic crusher easily bite through the thick aluminum frames surrounding the massive upper deck windows. Every passing hour brings us one step closer to completely erasing this once majestic vessel from the face of existence. We take great pride in our meticulous approach to separating different types of plastics to ensure optimal environmental sustainability always. The deafening roar of the heavy diesel engines provides a constant background soundtrack to our intense daily demolition activities here. It is incredibly rewarding to know that all these recovered materials will eventually be transformed into brand new, useful products. The delicate balance between raw destructive power and careful surgical precision is what makes our specialized demolition company truly unique. Giant magnets are frequently used to quickly sweep the area and gather up any loose metallic debris scattered around today. The structural integrity of the ship must be constantly evaluated to prevent any unexpected and dangerous collapses during the process. Extracting the massive solar array from the top deck was definitely one of the most challenging tasks we face today. Our advanced sorting facilities will process all these different materials and prepare them for their final journey to the smelter. The contrast between the fragile glass panels and the brutal steel crushing machines creates a truly captivating visual dynamic here. We always strive to set the highest possible industry standards for safe and efficient marine vessel dismantling and recycling operations. The sheer amount of physical labor required to properly strip the interior cabins is something most people simply cannot comprehend. Heavy transport trucks are constantly arriving and departing to haul away the massive mountains of processed scrap metal we generate. Removing the giant propellers from the bottom of the hull requires specialized underwater cutting equipment and highly trained professional divers. The massive anchor chains are carefully torched into smaller, manageable sections before being loaded onto the waiting transport vehicles nearby. Watching a giant ship slowly disappear piece by piece is a powerful reminder of how temporary human engineering can be. The complex logistics of managing such a massive flow of different materials requires constant communication between all our team members. We use specialized diamond-tipped saws to cleanly cut through the thickest sections of the reinforced concrete and heavy steel. The bright sparks from the cutting torches cascade down like a beautiful waterfall of fire against the dark steel hull. Every piece of recovered glass is carefully inspected for quality before being packed securely into large wooden shipping crates today. The powerful hydraulic shears can easily exert hundreds of tons of crushing force to instantly snap thick steel support beams. We have to be extremely careful when dismantling the bridge area because it contains so many sensitive electronic navigation instruments. The massive exhaust funnels are carefully detached and lowered to the ground using two incredibly powerful, heavy-duty construction cranes. It is amazing to think about all the incredible journeys this magnificent ship must have completed before finally arriving here. Our dedicated environmental team constantly monitors the surrounding water quality to ensure absolutely no toxic pollutants escape from our site. The precise coordination required to safely operate multiple heavy machines in such a tight space is truly a remarkable feat. We use powerful industrial vacuums to safely remove any remaining hazardous insulation materials from the deep interior walls and ceilings. The massive steel plates are systematically cut into uniform squares to maximize the loading capacity of our outbound transport trucks. Even after weeks of continuous hard work, the sheer scale of the remaining structure still looks incredibly intimidating to everyone. The delicate extraction of the luxury interior fittings requires a much softer approach compared to the brutal exterior hull demolition. We carefully document every single step of this complex demolition process to continuously improve our operational efficiency for future projects. The massive diesel generators located deep within the engine room are carefully hoisted out intact for potential future resale value. Watching the giant mechanical jaws tear off a massive chunk of the ship hull never stops being an awe-inspiring sight. The intricate process of separating the valuable titanium components from the standard steel framing requires extreme patience and immense skill. Our highly experienced site manager constantly walks the grounds to ensure every single safety protocol is being followed perfectly today. The deafening sound of metal grinding against metal is a constant reminder of the incredible destructive forces at work here. We carefully remove all the massive lifeboats and their complex launching mechanisms before starting the main structural demolition phase today. The huge panoramic dining room windows are gently popped out of their frames using specialized pneumatic suction cup lifting devices. It takes a very special kind of person to perform this dangerous and physically demanding work day after long day. The massive piles of sorted scrap metal glisten beautifully under the bright afternoon sun like a mountain of hidden treasure. We utilize advanced drone technology to constantly survey the massive demolition site from above and identify any potential safety hazards. The thick steel bulkheads that once kept the ocean out are now being effortlessly sliced apart by our powerful machines. Every single piece of this massive puzzle must be carefully taken apart in the exact right order to prevent collapse. The sheer amount of valuable raw materials we managed to recover from a single ship like this is absolutely staggering. Our specialized recycling partners are always incredibly eager to receive the high-quality, sorted materials we produce from these projects. The incredible precision of our machine operators allows them to pick up a tiny piece of debris with massive grapples. We are constantly pushing the boundaries of what is possible in the highly specialized field of heavy marine vessel demolition. The massive steel bow of the ship is finally cut away, revealing the hollow, empty shell of the interior compartments. It is deeply satisfying to transform a giant obsolete machine back into useful raw materials for the next human generation. The final stages of the demolition process always seem to proceed much faster once the main structural supports are removed. Our dedicated cleanup crew works tirelessly to ensure not a single piece of toxic debris is left behind on site. The massive hydraulic hammer attachment is brought in to completely pulverize the thickest concrete foundations located in the lower decks. We are incredibly proud of the vital role we play in the global recycling ecosystem through our specialized demolition work. The empty space where the massive ship once stood is a powerful testament to the incredible efficiency of our team. All the recovered materials have now been successfully transported away, leaving the massive dry dock completely spotless and fully prepared. This incredible project perfectly demonstrates how human ingenuity and advanced machinery can completely deconstruct even the most massive modern structures. Thank you for joining Demolition Worker today, and we hope you enjoyed watching this epic battle between sun and steel.